Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer Cross, and I'm here with Dixie Andelin Forsyth for a feminine moment. And we are going to talk about romance in honor of St. Valentine's Day. And so Dixie's going to give us, I don't know, some pointers, tips on how to awaken love in your relationship.
You know, it's not that hard if you're sincere. And I find that, Bob's the only man I've been married to, but I know a lot of men. Men are starving for appreciation, starving for acceptance, starving for love in the form of admiration, sincere admiration. And when you do, and you get very specific, and they will love you for it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a movie out. I know it's a movie, but it's based on true stuff. There was a movie that I saw where the girl, the husband and wife, and he's a big fashion designer, and she's a French girl, and he's really, really OCD about his profession, and he works really hard, and he's very successful. But anyway, there's one scene where she this really big woman buys one of his gowns. It's couture, stuff that I have no idea how to afford that stuff, and she buys one and she's wearing it, and they are at this some kind of a party, some kind of a social thing, and she gets drunker and drunker by the night and passes out on the table, and he is so upset that she's wearing one of his gowns because it reflects on his name. He says to her, these are very wealthy people. She says to her, to her secretary, she cannot have that gown. She can't represent me. I'm not going to take that gown off her. He goes to her house with his wife and says, I want that gown back. And here's the part, the wife kind of goes in, and she, it's not appropriate for the husband to go in there and take her gown off, but she's passed out on the bed. So the wife does. She goes in there. She's usually a lot more demure than that. She goes in there and just unzips the gown, takes it off this woman, and then she says to this secretary, whoever is there, she said she can never wear a gown from the house of this person and behave that way. In other words, she was standing up for her husband, that she can't kind of soil the name of the house of this. Takes the gown, and he, in the hall after they leave, he grabs her and just kisses her. And you can see that he so appreciates that she appreciated the art and effort that he went into to the making of this gown. It's all hand sewn and everything. And he just grabs her and says how much he loves her. And the reason I bring this up is that when we do this is somebody that we married, and somebody that we when the day you got engaged, we said, we're going to get married. You were totally in love with this person. It's still the same person. And when we do that, and it's free, it doesn't cost anything. And when you look for continually, not just in February when it's Valentine's Day, when you make a habit of looking for, like treasure hunting, for these qualities in him that you appreciate, and the things that Fascinating Womanhood can teach us is the kinds of things men appreciate, masculine qualities. Man, and competence is really important. They want to feel like you think they're competent at things, and as many things as you can find that they're competent at. Even if they're not the best competent at something, and you can see that they did their best, that's a level of competence, and you can appreciate it and believe in them. And when you do that, watch and see what happens. And you're doing it free. You're not doing it so that he can take you out to dinner, get you flowers or anything. You're doing
Romance,
it because
begins with
real romance, true romance, the deep stuff, the stuff where he adores you forever, is created and has to be maintained. And you women hold a major key in that. We really do. And when you realize that, that gives you quite a bit of power, doesn't it? But you gotta wield it well, or it'll backfire. It won't. The kind of power we have is the power for good. We can do evil things too, but it always hurts us in the end. It always does. I mean,
Come back.
it always does. We'll either end up in prison or divorced or something. It just isn't good. And so what you guys have the power to do is, if once you understand it and tap into it. And by the way, you can do this with all men. You can appreciate. You could hand out this free gift. Somebody helps you with your groceries, and you can give them this free little gift anytime you want. It's charming. It's charming. There's no ulterior motives where you're trying to get them to do something, or you're not trying to get all these men to fall in love with you. You're handing out free gifts to men who are starving for admiration. But particularly this guy that we married.
Mm-hmm.
What do you love about him? What do you love about him? List it if you have trouble, if it's been too long.
Yeah, list it and tell him.
Tell him specifically, not just, I think you're a great guy.
Specific and genuine.
Genuine. Don't make it up. Don't insult men by thinking that you can fool them, and it'll just hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
Just say, I've been looking at you and I've noticed this, and say it. And then I'll tell you, if you read some of these success stories that I've got,
yeah,
it's unbelievable. What I just typed one up the other day. This woman, they were separated, on the verge of divorce, and he'd actually moved out, and she told him she was so unhappy, and told him, the thing I've always admired about you is, she says, you have beautiful muscles, and you always took care of us. I feel bad that I have behaved so badly. She said he took her in his arms and started kissing her. But she specifically said the things she loved about him that were genuine and true. And from there, they still had to work on their broken relationship, but it just got better and better.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that direction, and perfect timing for Valentine's Day. And so anybody watching, please like, comment, and share, and maybe share below specifically, if you can, what you're going to do to accept, admire, and appreciate. What can you do? Because it starts within, right?
Somebody already posted the other day, name some things you love about your husband. I thought it was great.
Yeah,
loved reading those comments.
That's what we want to focus on.
Yeah.
Focus on those things.
And tell us some things about his character that you love.
Yes.
Not just his physical attributes. Is he patient? Is he kind? Does he work long hours?
In fact, tomorrow, the whole day we're going to really devote to that, I think. Mm-hmm. It's all going to be about that.
If you want to be a fascinating woman on Valentine's Day, serve him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Serve him for free. It feels great.
Let it go. Let it go.
It really feels great. What can I do for you today? And
I love that. Well, thank you so much, Dixie. I will see you.
Have a great Valentine's Day.
Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you for watching.